Alright, this is another Talos 1 puzzle, and I'm trying something here. I'm trying to speed up the speed at which the video of the recording of my play, this is not live, the recording of my play, I'm trying to speed it up, because it actually took me over 30 minutes to do this puzzle, which might be, maybe not my longest one yet, but pretty long. And I don't want to make a 30-minute video, so I'm trying to shorten it. I'm speeding it up times 4, but I do want to just document this puzzle because I don't know, I just thought this one was really, really great, and it just made me feel that warm, good feeling that Talos puzzles seem to give me for whatever reason. I just really thought it was great. So the idea here is, at first you need to like wind these connectors through all these different things in order to open about 4 or 5 red gates. And the challenge in the beginning is just to kind of figure out where to position them so that you can get the gates open when you only have a limited number of them. They're all the same color, but there's just maybe 4 in a row or something like that. And in the beginning, it's not too hard. You know, you got to try to like position one so that it can hit 2 different things at once. You know, slide through a hole. You know, get the angles right. This is sort of classic Talos type stuff. And then after you have succeeded in sort of getting past the first part, getting to this part right, after you do this, you get a jammer and you get a block, but you encounter yet another door that you can't get past, and you don't have the equipment. So you have to come up with a whole new plan. Now, of course, this level has a fan, and I think the name of the level is even like 3 connectors on a fan or something like that. So you know it's probably going to be about raising a beam in the air. And I spent a lot of time trying to think about what kind of connections I needed to do up front so that when it went up in the air it was hitting all the things that I wanted to do. But this game had this level has kind of a funny twist, which is that when you first get the beam up in the air, it doesn't work. The beam is like just barely blocked off by the wall. And let's see. I guess we're not at that point yet. I think I was spending a good amount of time here in the beginning just kind of thinking about what I could do or what I could possibly do. I think I have the block up in the air right now, but with no thing on top of it, because I'm just trying to see if it looks like I will be able to shoot something up there, like if it's high enough in the air. And I think that it is. So I think about it for a long, long time, and then finally I just decide, there's too much to think about. I need to just start working on it. A lot of times in Talos puzzles it's like that. Maybe you can't think your way through the entire end, but just if it looks like there's something that's probably step 1 in getting to the end, just go ahead and do step 1. And that'll give you a better picture of what step 2 might be. So I think here in a second, I'm just going to grab the first of these connectors and take it over to the block and lift it up in the air and see what happens. Or I'm just gonna run around like a hut for a little bit. Again, just sort of thinking about what all I could possibly do. Because originally the thought was that by getting one in the air, I was going to basically free up one of the ones on the ground, and that was going to give me more of them to sort of advance the cause, and I was trying to think of which one could be freed up. It turns out that actually wasn't the right track, but as soon as I get it up in the air, what is the right track kind of comes to me. So I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so here we go. So I get the connector, and I need to connect it up with the laser beam, the thing that powers the fan, and like 1 or 2 doors. Yeah, that door. And then when I start it, then this happens. It's blocked. You see, like just barely too. And at first I thought, okay, well that must mean then that this is a red herring. I'm not actually supposed to do this. And I was thinking about other ways that I could do it. And then it occurred to me, well, no. If I use a whole nother connector, I can sort of make a roundabout connection which will get it in the air, and then once it's in the air, it should stay in the air. And so then I thought, okay, well, before I do this, I'm just going to run and grab all the stuff and just bring everything back to the beginning. All the connectors, blocks, everything I have, I'm going to bring it back to the beginning, the jammer, and I'm just going to sort of just have all my equipment with me here at the beginning and see what happens. So we get it up in the air here, pull it out, so that worked. And now it kind of occurs to me that with the jammer, I can do a thing that I've been doing for quite a few puzzles now, which is, use the beam to open the door from one side, then take the jammer through, and then jam it from the other side, and then use the beam to open the door, and then bring the jammer through and jam it from the other side. And if you do that, you can just sort of make your way through all the doors, bringing all this equipment with you, not having to stretch it far, but just bringing it with you. And the thing in the air is the one that's floating in the air is allowing you to reconnect to the red beam from anywhere in the puzzle. You don't have to stretch one super long line through the maze. You can just keep reconnecting to the top from wherever you go. And that's what allows you to bring both of the 2 connectors to this point, which is what you need to get through, and then finally jam and get through. I just thought this was an amazing puzzle. When it was done, I was just so happy that I just felt like I had to make this video. Hopefully it works out on 4 times the speed. I don't know. Alright, that's it.